So for those curious, Gymshark, and we got the freaking trifecta, college athlete style.
Not too shabby.
What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So guys, channel membership is now live. Link is in the description and the first comment. Do check it out. That would really help support the channel. So let's start this video with the most recent physique update from Quinton Beastwood. So this one is less than 2 weeks out from this upcoming Tampa Pro show. And I think we can all agree that out of all the guys competing in this show, which by the way are a lot, Quinton probably has the most potential. I mean, the guy's structure is totally unmatched with those insane classic lines, not to mention that super flow top to bottom. So what a great accomplishment so far by Quinton Beastwood, and it's gonna be even bigger if he goes on to win his first pro show and qualifies for the Olympia for the very first time while coaching himself. Now we saw it was a total disaster last year when he prepped with Matt Jensen for the New York Pro last year, and right after that he decided that he will no longer be hiring a coach, and so far this prep has been running very smoothly for him. Now I do think that Quinton is gonna show up with a superb kind of condition and very ripped, because if we take a look at his past competition history, the man has never struggled to come in shredded. That has never been a problem for him. His biggest issue is that he doesn't have enough muscle for his very large frame, and the size aspect, that is still lacking. Or that was the case up until the New York Pro last year, and the man has put in quite a lot of work during this past off season to put in some considerable amount of new muscle tissue, and he has been very successful in doing that. So the entire focus during this prep for this year's Tampa Pro show, which is like his comeback show, that has been on maintaining all that muscle mass, and that is exactly why he has implemented the refeed strategy. Contrary to last year when he was surviving on very low carbs and doing up to 2 hours of cardio in the final few weeks of the New York Pro prep. And we all saw how that backfired big time. So is Quinton the favorite to win this upcoming Tampa Pro? Well, based on his last showing, which was Toronto Pro, where he did beat a bunch of super bodybuilders, and the only guy who beat him at that show, that was the beast, Keone Williams. So if he shows up at his 100% or at his all-time best so far, he is probably the favorite to win this show and punch his Olympia ticket. So do let me know what you guys think. Can Quinton finally get his first pro win and punch his Olympia ticket? Next up, we have an update from 2 times Classic Physique Olympia champion, Breon Ansley, back in the division one more time, back in Classic Physique, where he belongs. So Breon has never done so much traveling in a single year than he did this year. I mean, that guy was on a tour for almost half a year, and that is actually one of the main reasons why he decided not to stick with his decision and compete in the 212, because the off-season, that was far from ideal, and if he wants to compete in a bigger division, he needs more mass and more thickness, especially in the lower half, to be able to go up against the top guys of the 212, who we all know are packed with muscles on top of muscles, and who are all very dense and very thick. So he has probably started the prep for this upcoming Mr. Olympia at about 12 to 13 weeks out mark. And we all know what to expect from him. He's gonna show up crazy detailed and absolutely polished top to bottom. And you have got to give a lot of respect to Breon, especially in terms of how the man managed to evolve with the division. Now, for those of you guys who do not know, this is gonna be Breon's 10th consecutive Olympia. And even after 10 years and being 45 years old, he's gonna be a solid contender one more time to place top 5 at the Olympia in October. Now, he said he can win his 3rd Classic Physique title this year. Now, realistically speaking, that is something that nobody out there believes. And to have a realistic assessment, just have a look at his placing from the Olympia 2024. He wasn't able to beat an off version of Ramondino, and Breon, as always, was absolutely spot on. So with his weight cap one more time, we can expect Breon to look more or less the same as the previous years. Now, that being said, the man is a true legend in this division, and placing in the top 5 at this age, that is gonna be so mind-blowing. But let me know what you guys think. Can Breon place, let's say, in the top 3?
The big dude, the big dog,
trying to get bigger. With the man himself.
Yes.
Woo! Big old leg day.
Let's go.
Next up, we have an update from Blessing Avudibu. Now, he must have hired Chris Cormier as his trainer and posing coach, which, by the way, is a superb call, as there is something different that needs to be done in order for Blessing Avudibu to especially bring up his legs. Because the thing is, if he doesn't, getting another pro win and another Olympia qualification, that is gonna be very tough, not to mention probably out of question. Now, Chris Cormier is regarded as one of the best trainer, probably of all time. And as fans, we are all excited to see what this duo can bring the next time Blessing steps on stage. Now, that being said, I do believe Blessing has delayed his competition plans for now, and he just wants to grow and put on more muscle. Now, Stefan's assessment about Blessing after the Legion Sports, that was more realistic than what Blessing initially said, that it was a peaking issue. But as per Stefan, that wasn't the case. There was a clear discrepancy between his upper and lower half. And who knows how much more volume he would have lost, especially on his lower half, if he came in absolutely ripped, and if he got truly peeled. And the most concerning thing for Blessing was, he put in 2 years of solid work, trying to build up. He went up to 320 pounds, and the biggest difference that people saw in his physique, at the only show that he did this year, the Legion Sports, that was actually a negative point. The obliques, and how they were blown out, making his waist appear way wider. Now that upper half of Blessing has always been superb, very round, but something just did not click for him at this past Legion Sports, because even his upper body, that was missing that 2D effect and the wow factor that he used to have, or that he had back in 2022 when he won the Indy Pro and the New York Pro. So let's wait and see what kind of a change Chris Cormier and Blessing can make in these upcoming months.
So for Sean Ray, he may be like, hey, you know, maybe fix your hands on this placement wise on the side chest or something like that. Jose Raymond, blunt as hell. He would tell you straight up if you look like poop or not. He'll tell you what you need to bring up. So he may tell me something what I may need to focus on.
So the reigning 212 Olympia champion Keone Pearson, he showed up for the recent episode of Cutler Cast with a very different attitude, and that was very unique. I mean, the man is literally one of the most perfect looking physique in the world right now. And he said he wants criticism in order to get better and improve. And we know bodybuilding is a sport where you have to step on the stage to showcase your physique. And every single time a top IFBB pro does that, he steps on the stage, there is gonna be both positive and negative feedback. And I'm not gonna mention any names here, but some pros out there, they take that as nothing but hate, even if it's coming from some of the legends of the game. And some even end up blocking people. Now, obviously, they have the right to do that. But Keone Pearson is a total class act here. He's total opposite of that. So is it the very first time you are watching a pro bodybuilder, especially from this social media era, saying that he wants criticism? Well, I guess so.
I always want criticism. I want to be criticized. That's why I'm in this sport. I mean, that's how I got better. This is the only way you're going to get better. And unfortunately, you know, competitors don't like to be criticized. And I want it, you know, because I want to get better. I want to be at the top. And my goal, my end goal is to be a Mr. Olympia one day, be Mr. Olympia.
But again, the man is simply way too good to get any negative feedback. So at this point, all anyone can point out, that's Keone's abs and that ab split, which if you look at his guest posing this year or even last year, he had one of the best midsection control. And Keone this year and his Olympia package, that is probably gonna be one of the best physique to step on any bodybuilding stage ever.
The channel's history, we're coming up on including the kind of early TikTok.
So Sam Sulek making some major moves in the industry by signing up with Gymshark. I know the hardcore bodybuilding fans, they do not really care about Sam and his new sponsorship. But considering that Chris Bumstead is part owner of that company and Cbum is the most famous guy in the fitness industry, this is huge for Sam. And let's be honest here, who among the active classic IFBB pros have more number of followers than Sam Sulek? I mean, the guy has even more followers than Ramon Dino, and the man is about to grow his following even more with this announcement that his pro debut is gonna be at the Arnold, Ohio next year.
For those curious, Gymshark, and we got the freaking trifecta, college athlete style.
Not too shabby.
Yeah, here we go. Yeah,
You gotta get rid of that. That's the athlete.
oh shit! All right, yeah, here we go. I think it's been about time.
Let's go with that.
Yeah, how about we just?
Now, I have seen many comments saying that he looks kind of mediocre, especially for a pro, based on his physique. That helped him win the pro card. And I must say, for an amateur, that was actually a superb physique and a very good look for him. And let's give him another full year to see how much improvements he can make. It doesn't matter where he's gonna place. He surely is gonna sell a lot of tickets for this upcoming Arnold. And maybe if he hires a new and a renowned coach, they can help him make some very big changes, especially in terms of his diet and training. And he might be able to make some massive improvements during this off-season. So with the prize money of the Arnold next year going very up, even for classic physique, this is probably gonna be one of the best lineups ever. Now it will be kind of challenging for Sam Sulek, but honestly he has the stance that he wants to compete for the passion of bodybuilding and not for the placings. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.